This is the book of 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. Verse 4, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Yahushai, Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Yahushai. Yahweh is the name who the world ignorantly calls God, and Yahushai is his son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. First and foremost, I want to give all praises and all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who grew well and taught us this truth. They are the true teachers for the nation of Israel on earth today. And salutation to the Akim out there pushing this truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth and risking their life for Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai's sake. I'm Brother Samak from the GMS Miami camp. And yes, the reason why I brought out the book of 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3 through 4, is that the man of sin, all right, is being revealed right before your very eyes. All right, the son of perdition. Okay. All right. Elon Musk is comparing his company's work to that of the Messiah. Okay. You can't get any more proof that these Edomites, these so-called white people like Elon Musk, all right, are the man of sin, are the son of perdition, are the wicked the Bible speaks of, are the devil the Bible speaks of. All right. And they want the whole world to worship them as a god. Okay? All right? And the spirit's been heavy because lately, from the apostle elders on down, brothers have been pushing out lessons regarding the mark of the beast, the RFID chip. Okay? And the fact that Elon Musk said today, okay, in a virtual conference to them JJs at Tel Aviv. He said this at Samson International Smart Mobility Summit in Tel Aviv. All right. Just proves that, this prophecy is coming to pass. All right. Is coming to pass fast. Okay. And it's also showing that these plantation Christians and you pseudo-Hebrew Israelites like IUIC, ISUPK, all right, that have not been teaching the mark of the beast like we've been teaching it, okay, here at Great Millstone, all right, you're being found out as being, okay, false prophets, okay, and what's it called? And proving that the Lord's not dealing with you. Okay, the Lord never was dealing with you. So yeah, we're here. The man of sin is being revealed. Okay, and it's these Edomites, these so-called white people like Elon Musk. Okay, and this just proves that these Edomites, all right, these so-called white people are not going to be saved. They're not saved. They're not. They don't have access to salvation. All right, they're going to be judged. All right, and the Lord is setting them up to fall big time. So let's get into this article. Elon Musk compares his company's work to that of the Messiah. And you notice, okay, they're using Jesus. So this proves that that can't be his name. Okay? That's not his name. All right? That is not his name. All right? The Messiah, when he walked the earth, he had a Hebrew name. And his Hebrew name is Yahushai. Facts. In an interview on Monday, the billionaire said his Neuralink brain implant company is progressing in its development of quote-unquote Jesus-like technologies. All right, this reminded me of Revelation chapter 13, verse 14, because it says right here, and he deceiveth them that dwell on the earth. Right. Okay, who's doing the deceiving? Okay, the wicked, Esau, Edom. And all these nations have been beguiled by this technology, okay? This is why China, Iran, they're pushing the brain implant, okay, just as much as of America, okay? And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles. Again, this technology, this RFID chip, okay? And what's coinciding with it? The financial system changing, right? Okay, everything's going digital, crypto, all right? Central bank digital currency or Bitcoin or an altcoin, it doesn't matter. You know, they don't care what coin you use as long as it's digital, and in order for you to use it, you have to have a chip inside you, okay? Whether it be in your head or whether it be in your hand, okay? And these are these miracles. Okay, now of course they're selling it as it's a good thing, all right, in terms of paraplegics can now utilize their brain when they couldn't because they have this device in their brain. You know, they're saying people can walk now, people can play video games. You know, so it's coming off as a miracle, all right, on the left hand, but it's on the left hand side. That's the point. Revelation 13:14, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast. Because what is the beast? What is the beast? The Roman ways. This is Rome all over again. Okay? This is how you know, all right, that these Edomites were the Romans. Okay? Which had the moon by a sword and did live. Right, these Edomites, which I mean these so-called white people, which are the biblical Edomites, they call themselves Romans. Okay, and this is Rome all over again. All right. So let's again, this devil, all right, is using these miracles because he wants to be worshipped as a god. All right, what he's doing is, all right, he's removing, okay, the creator. He's attempting to move the creator out of people's minds, okay? And he's calling himself a god now, all right, by these miracles. It goes on to say, Elon Musk on Monday compared the work of one of his startups, the brain chip company Neuralink, to that of the Messiah, okay? Again, man, this is why the name is so important. You know, we're in 2026. If you're still calling on Jesus Christ, you ain't gonna make it, okay? That's not his name, okay? Musk, speaking virtually at a Samsung International Smart Mobility Summit in Tel Aviv, was asked to describe an exciting breakthrough technology that he's working on and that people aren't talking about enough. All right, well, we're talking about it, the prophets, okay? Us, the prophets, mainly here at GMS. We're the only ones talking about it over and over and over again, okay? And telling our people, you better not take this device or you're going to be destroyed, okay? This man has an agenda. He wants his new world order, and in his new world order, you have to be chipped, okay? So we're the ones that's been talking about it, okay? The prophets, okay, of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. After toting the potential of SpaceX rocket technology, Musk pivot to describing Neuralink's work. It has enabled people who have completely lost their brain-body connection to speak again. You see, these miracles, all right, he thinks, all right, that he's a god, and he wants people to worship him, all right? And so he's comparing himself to the Messiah, okay? And we believe it will enable people to walk again, Musk said, of Neuralink's brain-computer interface, or BCI technologies, right? And let's put it this way. They already got the device working where people can walk and do things, all right? Now they have to sell it, okay? They already tested it out. That's what all these years have been, okay? It's been the testing phase. Now it's the selling phase. Now they got to sell it. And this is how they sell it, through the media, okay? Oh, we're testing it out, and we're believed that people can walk again. They already got people walking again, okay? All right? This is the devil. All right, now this is the selling phase. This is the marketing phase. Market watch. All right, now they got to market this technology, and this is how they market it. All right, be not ignorant of Satan's devices, man. Although BCIs as a concept has been around since at least the 1970s. That's the spirit. That's the spirit. Didn't I just say that? Hey, man. Kal halalim yalbashim yalshai. Let's go, man. They've been working on this technology since the 70s, man. The push to commercialize technology is more recent. Boom! Marketing it. Okay? According to that data from market intelligence from firm Traxon, more of the 130 BCI startups have been launched since 2016. Morgan Stanley estimates that the market for BCI technology could be worth up to $80 billion by 2035. And Lord willing, we don't get to this year, okay? And we know this devil has to move fast, all right? Because first and foremost, we as the biblical Israelites have woken up to who we are, and we're now standing on our feet. So they know they got to move fast. And also Yahweh Shai, okay? What's it called? Yahweh Bashim Shai is showing his power, okay, through the angels with the so-called UFOs, the chariots, that now they're saying are little green men and all this weird stuff, okay? So they know they got to move fast. Several companies are working on BCI, including Axcoft, a startup that last month announced it has raised $55 million to advance clinical trials and mass produce its implants. Mass produce. Merge Labs, which was co-founded by OpenAI CEO and Musk rival Sam Altman, excited stealth mode in January with $252 million raised from investors. Right, so there's a lot of money being put into this technology, okay, meaning they know people, okay, are going to have to take this device, all right, because they need to make a profit and they need to make sure their investments, okay, are profitable, all right? Just follow the money, man, okay? So, yeah. Oh, I also want to bring out and Thawada to Elder Lawyer, because I actually told him I was going to do a lesson on this. He called me up, all right, and I told him I found an article, I'm doing a lesson on this, and he also quoted a scripture out of Daniel, all right, speaking great things. So, and that's in Daniel chapter 7, verse 8. And I consider the horns, right? And again, this is Daniel receiving vision, all right, out of the Roman Empire, all right. There were these what's it called? You know, let me lessons within lessons. You know, there were these 10 horns, right? And that's how you know this is Rome all over again, all right? This is the beast system, okay? And that's why it's called the mark of the beast, because again, you take that device, you're saying you are down with this beast system, this Roman, okay, way of thinking, man, okay? Already, the bulk of the people on earth are already down with the Roman way of thinking. Now they just gotta basically prove, you know, their loyalty, you know, by taking this device. Daniel chapter 7, verse 7. After this I saw in the night visions, and behold, a fourth beast, dreadful and terrible and strong exceedingly, and it had great iron teeth. Right, it's talking about ancient Rome. It devoured and brake in pieces and stamped the residue with the feet of it, and it was diverse from all the beasts that were before it, and it had 10 horns. Right, the 10 horns represent what? All right, when Rome fell, it broke up into 10 kingdoms, okay, or 10 regions, okay, and then it became what, the European. Well, I got the 10 regions right here, all right, the 10 kingdoms of Rome, right? The Alemanni, the Franks, the Burgundians, the Vandals, the Suevi, the Visigoths, the Saxons, Ostrogoths, Lombards, all right, Heruli, if that's how you pronounce it, right? And these are all Edomites, so-called white people, okay, all right. So they, you know, when Rome never died, it was just wounded, all right. These Edomites, these so-called white people, the man of sin, have brought it back to life, okay. All right. So yeah, so these 10 horns. Let's go back. Okay. Now it's called the European Union, formerly known as the European Economic Community, right? 8. And I consider the horns. So Daniel's now seeing a vision of the future, okay, which he's seeing our present time. Consider horns, and behold, there came up among them another little horn. Okay, that little horn represents America, Babylon the Great. Okay, that's following, okay, this beast system, before whom there were 3 of the 4 first horns plucked up by the roots. Right. Just go into the history. America defeated Great Britain, defeated Spain, and defeated France with the Quasi Wars. You know, which most Americans don't even know that America and France went to war with each other, okay, on a naval war, quasi wars. That was a big war. And behold, in those and in this horn were eyes like the eyes of man, and mouth speaking great things, right? Out of America, speaking great things, okay? Like Elon Musk. Elon Musk resides here in America, okay? His Neuralink company headquarters is here in America, and he's speaking great things, saying that, okay, his company's work can be compared to that of the Messiah, okay? All right? So he's saying, all right, that he's like the Messiah, man, okay? That the miracles that the Messiah did, all right, when he walked the earth, he's saying, all right, his technology is like that. That's blasphemy, okay? But that proves who the wicked is. That proves, all right, these so-called white people, all right, they were the Romans, okay? And when they were the Romans, they were doing the same thing, all right? And they're the biblical Edomites. This is what they've been doing. This is the man of sin, and he's being revealed. And that's how you know there's no salvation for these Edomites, all right? So, yeah. Hey, man, we're almost out of here, man. It's high time to wake up out of sleep. So, Lord willing, this was edifying. I didn't want to make this too long, all right? But, yeah, man, this man thinks he's a god, and he wants to be worshipped, okay? All right? He's saying his technology is that of the miracles, okay, of the Messiah. That's what he's saying, okay? And again, his name ain't Jesus. His name is Yahushai, all right? And y'all gonna put respect on his name when he returns. Real talk. So with that, I want to give all praise and all glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Wakakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and taught us this truth. They are the true teachers for the nation of Israel on earth today. And citation to the Akim out there pushing this truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth and risking their life for Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai's sake. Love you, brothers. Keep enduring, keep the faith, keep pushing, keep fighting, keep studying. Pray without ceasing. Pray for each other. Pray for the apostle elders as they get up in age. Pray for their health and longevity. All right? It's getting spicy, brothers. We're almost out of here. This is spicy, man. Get excited. And for the few sisters that are watching, keep studying. When you pray, check, cover. Shalom. On to the next one. Shalom.